My name's Linda Martien, and I am the Missouri State Coordinator for Quilts of Valor. My lovely assistant, Paula Johnson, is the group leader of the Springfield Quilts of Valor group, the Patriotic Piecemakers. I'm going to tell you a little bit about Quilts of Valor as we start our presentation. Following that, we will honor 3 veterans this morning, 2 from Vietnam, 1 from Afghanistan. Quilts of Valor, as you may or may not know, has been in existence for 20 years. We celebrate our 20th anniversary later this year with a big party in Paducah at the National Quilt Museum. Thank you. Our founder, Catherine Roberts, founded Quilts of Valor when her son Nate was deployed to Afghanistan. As a mother does, she worried for his safety, and she wanted to put something into action that would help her cope with her worry for her son. Being a quilter, she thought she would make quilts for veterans or service members, active or discharged, that had suffered the effects of war. Today, we don't presume to define that. That is a highly personal experience for everyone who served and their families and friends. Since the inception in 2003, Quilts of Valor nationwide, we're in every state, we have sewn and awarded over 340,000 Quilts of Valor. Catherine thought that quilts equaled comfort and healing, hence our mission to cover veterans and service members with those healing and comforting Quilts of Valor. The first Quilt of Valor was awarded to a young serviceman at Walter Reed Hospital. Catherine partnered with the veteran there, whose wife was a good friend, to arrange that first award ceremony. This is our mission statement. We're a national organization. We're in every state, including Hawaii and Alaska. We are governed by a board of directors. We have over 15,000 members. Membership is nominal, and we welcome quilters of any experience or level of expertise, even those that don't quilt. We have members that just like to cut out fabric. These are some of the veterans we have honored in the last few years. The gentleman on the left was 100 years old when he received his Quilt of Valor. The couple in the middle were both veterans during the Vietnam War, but were just newlyweds at the time of this picture. The gentleman on the right, also a Vietnam veteran, and we awarded his quilt in his home. These are the groups around Missouri. You see, we have quite a few. If you know of someone, a family member, a church family member, neighbor, who is deserving of a Quilt of Valor, you can simply go to our website and fill in the nomination. From there, it goes to the state where they live. It's assigned to a group like one of these, and they make the quilt in most cases, and then award it to their veteran in a ceremony like today. There are specific requirements for our quilts. They need to be a certain size, big enough to cover a grown man. And you will notice some are bigger than others. There's a range, but about 60 by 80 is what's usually done. What makes a Quilt of Valor authentic is that it must have a label. This was a presentation that took place at the Vietnam Veterans Memorial in Washington, D.C. We do these all over the country in all different locations, like here, nursing homes, the city park. Just tell us and we'll show up. We have a couple other programs. Under our wings is an outreach program. We work mainly with young people, teaching them to sew, Quilts of Valor, obviously. And then we have a memorial program, Generations of Service, where you can recognize on a scrolling slideshow family members or veterans who have passed. We do not award Quilts of Valor to those who have passed. They are only for living members of the military. Without further ado, thank you. Our first awardee is Jack Richardson. Would you like to come up here? Turn around. There you go. They want to see your pretty face. Okay, there you go. That's good. All right. Jack was honorably discharged from the U.S. Marine Corps. Can I get a booyah? Thank you. This is Jack's Quilt of Valor. The quilting on this is exquisite. And we will wrap you. There you go. Thank you. That's good. Was there anything you wanted to share with us about your service? Or
Don't have
don't have a whole lot. Well, thank you for your service, Jack. We appreciate and honor you for it.
Welcome home.
Yes, welcome home. All right. Every quilt comes with a certificate that can be framed. There's also a letter, and I would like to read to you part of it. It says, "You served during a very difficult time in our history, the Vietnam War, a time when many Americans who were against the war blamed our returning warriors and treated them harshly, whether they served in combat or not. Sadly, many more Americans stood by and remained silent. Over the years, the unfair treatment of Vietnam-era veterans has come to be recognized for what it was, an unjust, shameful, and tragic chapter in our history. We are proud and honored to award you your Quilt of Valor. We know it's long overdue, but we hope this quilt will give you some measure of comfort. We also hope that it will serve as a tangible reminder that after all these years, Americans are finally recognizing the sacrifices you made, not only overseas, but here at home. At long last, you can be assured that your service is not in vain. On behalf of the Quilts of Valor volunteers here in Missouri and across America, thank you for your honorable service to our country. Welcome home, Jack. Thank you. There you go. All right. Our next awardee is Larry Fisher. Larry Fisher was honorably discharged from the U.S. Army after having served in Vietnam as well. He served from 1959 to 1965. And this is your quilt, Larry. Isn't that beautiful? All right.
A lot of work.
There is a lot of work. I'm going to bring this behind you.
Gonna keep me warm.
We're going to keep you warm. Not sure how yet, but we got it covered. There we go. So, thank you for your service in a very difficult time in our history.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
We are honored.
We didn't get thanked very much.
No, you did not get thanked at all, hardly.
They didn't even like us in the airport in
No.
San Francisco.
I was at Los Angeles Airport, so I know. Anything you would like to say?
No, not really. The 33 days on the troop ship, LBJ sent us 500,000. I said, well, it couldn't get worse. but it did.
It got worse. Again, thank you for your service. Welcome home, your certificate,
I appreciate it.
and your documents. Our final veteran that we will honor today is KJ, or Kevin James Vesno. Thank you. I'm worried about that. Kevin is a veteran honorably discharged from the U.S. Air Force, where he served in Afghanistan. Anywhere in particular in Afghanistan?
Kandahar.
Kandahar, right. He served for 15 years. So we honor your service. Thank you. KJ's quilt was made by his aunt, Pat Vesno.
Yeah, and my Uncle Barry.
And his uncle, right. He's the quilter, actually. And this is a very unique quilt in that each of the blocks has a special significance. You'll have to ask Pat and her husband about them. Thank you for your service, KJ. We're glad you're...
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. I have your certificate. Oh, I'm sorry. KJ's letter says, your distinguished service of 15 years had you deployed to Kandahar, Afghanistan, Djibouti, Africa, and various postings near and far. We hope this quilt will be a tangible reminder of your service, that it is not forgotten or ignored. On the contrary, we hope it will remind you that you are very much respected, appreciated, and valued. May your Quilt of Valor bring you warmth and comfort in the years ahead. Each time you wrap up in your quilt, we hope you will feel the love and respect from those whose hands created this quilt. Again, thank you and welcome home.
Thank you.
Thank you. Wonderful. There we go.
I just wanted to thank you all for
Oh.
taking time out of your schedules to do this for the veterans and to recognize everybody.
Thank you.
All of you for coming out and taking time out of your time here to help honor us. We really appreciate it. My father received one of these quilts that was also built by my aunt and uncle back in Michigan a few months ago, and I'm just honored to have you guys put the time in and work into the quilt for me. So thank you.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you.